Hey, Pancho!
How many of y'all are tired of this intro here?
Not me, man. It's time for another restaurant review, man.
I'm so excited, Brad.
Yes. And this time, we go down to the Woodlands. We went to La Lupita Mexican Cuisine and Bar.
Bradford, do you know what La Lupita means
I have
in English?
no idea.
It means the Lupita. And you think I'm superfluous to this operation.
Boy, are you superfluous.
Brad,
I don't even know what that means.
Before we get into this much, I got to tell them that today's episode of Wine and Dine is brought to you by Frida's Fried Pie Truck, which is currently located on 1097 at Thompson's Bake Shack.
Yeah, as well it should be. Well, this week we went upscale Mexican.
Oh, it was upscale.
But you know what? This place advertises that they're all the Mex with no text. I'm not sure that that's something to be proud of.
I used to think it was, but no, I don't think it is now.
No, they don't have fajitas, Mark.
They don't. Brad, I don't think I was sophisticated enough to eat here because...
I don't think you were either.
No. And I'm pretty sure the waiter thought we weren't either.
You looked a little bit like Antonio Banderas.
Well, his attitude was rather...
Well, let's get to the place. First, it's an upscale restaurant. It's located right on the waterway, and it's got a great view. I mean, if you wanted to take a date out or somebody you actually liked, this might be the place to go.
Yeah, it's got the waterfall over there, Brad. It's got the water walk.
It's a beautiful setting. Although, I gotta wonder, why do all these Mexican restaurants, they take the paper placemats, and it looks like a 7th grade art project where they cut little designs and they hang them from the ceiling. Why do they do that, Mark?
Brad, I used to cut those designs, and it's a lot of effort. I thought the place was great inside.
Yeah, it really did. It's a nice physical plant, lots of wood, lots of brick, very festive setting.
Now for the food, Bradford.
No fajitas. That's a minus in my book.
And I really thought the menu was rather sparse in many areas.
Well, and if you don't speak Spanish, it's even a little more sparse because I asked, the waiter what something was, and he looks at me and he goes, "What? You don't know what chile relleno?"
Yeah,
no. As a matter of fact, I don't.
And instead of Italian, it was Spanish he was speaking.
Yeah, whatever.
And you're right. And after you did that and he said that to you, I was afraid to say anything. I wanted to ask for sour cream, but I wasn't going to open my mouth about that.
Well, they do have a wide variety of things. It's a little pricey. The entrees are $10 and above for lunch, and when you get into the dinner items, they're $20-some and above.
Yeah.
I had the tacos de sirloin, which I figured out what that meant.
Tacos of sirloin?
Yeah, that was my guess.
That was a good one. I had tacos something else. I don't remember the name.
Tacos rellenos is what you had.
What rellenos means is
I have no idea.
Not as good as Brad's tacos.
Yeah, mine were cubed beef, seasoned. Pretty good. Yours was sort of on the shredded and chopped variety.
Mine was definitely shredded. Yours had avocado in it, and mine had nothing, Brad. Ample meat. 4 tacos for $10.50, which isn't a bad price, but the tacos were. All I had to put on these tacos, Bradford, was a little dish of onions and cilantro.
Yeah. There's no lettuce, there's no tomatoes, there's no cheese, there's no sour cream.
They don't eat that in Mexico.
Apparently they
don't.
Just
in Texas.
But we're gringos. We like that stuff.
Right. I really needed it. And I wouldn't have minded so much if the beef had some kind of flavor other than...
A little bland.
It was bland. They had sauces, don't get me wrong. They had green, which was hot, and another green, which was super hot.
Yeah.
Brad, if you can't eat hot stuff like I can't, I had nothing to put on this thing.
You're in trouble, Bubba. That's the name of that too.
But somebody more sophisticated than me would have liked the blandness, or at least the hot
well, that would be just
it.
about anybody, Mark.
That's true.
That's and we also had dessert. We did.
But before we get to dessert, Brad, I would have ordered enchiladas. I wanted to say that. But they don't have beef enchiladas. Everything's a pollo.
Everything's chicken. Lots of chicken. There's lots of chicken on that menu.
Lots of chicken.
Not a lot of carne.
Right. But I was upset at the dessert, Brad, your selection. Brad doesn't let me select dessert because we have to split it, and he doesn't trust me with the whole dessert.
I don't trust you with a lot of things.
And this waiter, Antonio
Banderas yes.
with an Italian restaurant, he was talking about the tres leches, and he even mentioned chocolate and ice cream and caramel swirl and stuff.
Sounded good.
And Brad heard it, and then he says, does it have nuts in it?
Or coconut.
He can't eat
I don't like nuts and coconut.
He's not allergic, he just doesn't like the crunch. So, he said, no, instead of that, I want the flan.
They have different kinds of flan there, including one that's got corn, and Antonio Banderas was pushing the flan with corn real hard. I don't know. Something about why do you need corn in your flan? I just don't understand that, so I didn't get it.
Why do you need flan is the question I'm bringing out. But instead of that
It's traditional Mexican, Mark.
I gotta admit, it wasn't bad because it probably wasn't traditional flan. It was a little thicker, it's like cheesecake, and I like it.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. $6.50, you know,
Right.
for a pretty good size slice. All in all, good restaurant, great location, little on the pricey
Great
side.
location.
The menu, I would like to add a little more text to that mix.
Yeah, and we once again, got the tacos. I'm sure the other stuff was delicious. We'll have to try it sometime.
Hey, if you go look for a waiter that looks like Antonio Banderas,
the guy,
and
yeah.
tell him you know what the chili raleños are.
Oh, they had great coffee, by the way.
Great coffee.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Brad Meyer, restaurant critic for Houston Community Newspapers.
He sure is Mark Hayter, columnist for the Courier and the Villager.
Until next time, aviento, hasta luego,
Yeah.
hasta la vista.
Dose of those.
Yeah, see you next time.
That was 7 minutes, I think.
No, it's